There's two kinds of people in the world. Those that, as children, ask, why? Mommy, why is the sky blue? Why is the ocean there? And there's another kind of person, the child that asks, why not? Why can't something be different than the way that it is? And I was always the latter kid. You see, I grew up in a series of situations that presented themselves as mountains, and I was not content accepting that mountain. I had asked, why not? Why can I not change and overcome this mountain? The first was poverty. I grew up in a dingy little apartment on the east side of LA on a very busy highway. I vividly remember the pain and ugliness of seeing people killed and run over on the highway in front of our house, or gangbangers tagging the walls of our apartment with graffiti. And I was not content with that. I was so driven. It stoked my ambition. I said, why not? Why can't I get the fuck out of here? And I did. I ended up getting a full ride to Stanford, graduating twice, and getting very prestigious, high-paying corporate jobs in Wall Street, Washington, and now in Silicon Valley. Hooray. Is that what life is about? No. I was motivated to climb an even higher mountain than just money. The next was loneliness. I grew up as an only child, very independent, with divorced parents, and was comfortable being alone. That until my late 20s, when all my friends started marrying and building their own families. And I asked, why not? Why can't I find love in my life? I'm a good person. It wasn't until a friend told me, Val, you have to be comfortable and love yourself before you could love another. And it was so wise. I took to a yoga practice. I discovered breath work. I discovered being comfortable in my own skin and my own body, that was necessary before I could even give myself to another and love another. And fortunately, I soon thereafter found my husband. He entered my life 2 months before my mom passed away. He ended up being an angel on earth, a light that got me through a very dark period. Hooray. Married, in love. How beautiful. That's it, right? Of course not. What's next? Children. Well, God had given me another plan, another mountain to climb, which was infertility. I grew up with a rare condition as a young child that made it impossible for me to carry a child. So, through the miracles of science and a small fortune and a tribe of really generous people, was able to have our child. Now 1-year-old, healthy, beautiful baby boy. Awesome. Money, love, family, marriage, great. Is that enough? Of course not. I'm addicted to asking why not? Why can't things be different than the way they are? What's the next mountain to climb? But in doing so, I've had to draw upon a greater wisdom, a greater strength, and I've become a seeker, not just a climber. I've sought all of the great religions. I grew up in the Catholic Church. I studied then the Protestantism and Buddhism and Judaism and all of the isms, as John Lennon says. I went to the Eastern traditions and went to study Yogananda and listened to recordings of Ram Dass and, of course, Oprah, our modern day deity. And it's all been the same. You know, it's been the same lessons that I get when I go to the ocean, or when I look at the sky, or when I go to the Sedona Desert or the Japanese temples. There's like a divine spirit within. It's a human spirit, and it's divine. It's all connected, and that anything is possible. And of course, that if you have the intention and that it is positive and that you have good energy, that you can always turn a no into a yes, that you can ask why not. But I've struggled with other mountains that come with that, which is a sense of anxiety, a sense of resistance, a sense of stress, a sense of burnout. And so perhaps it's okay to ask why not. It's okay to keep striving. I don't think that I'll ever stop striving until the day that I die. But perhaps it's about how I approach those mountains. Because if I approach them with resistance, with anger, with an adversary approach of why not, I will have to defeat this. Instead, approach it with a lighter, a more joyful and open inquiry of why not? Versus Why not? And maybe that's the small adjustment in my life that will help me climb mountains joyfully, and maybe it will help the rest of us in society climb the vast mountains that this generation and future generations will need to find.